Hi everybody, welcome to week 9. We are starting to get to the second half. We're in our last bit of our first half of the semester, so that's good. This week we're going to start assignment 2, and we're going to start the crochet version of assignment 2. So I was trying to find something really festive and fun to do, but I'm not really finding them this year, so I'm going to do some pillows. And who doesn't need a good pillowcase? So let's start our pillowcase. I think that this will be fun. So today is crochet pillowcases. Okay, so today we're going to start something pretty cute. It's kind of like a granny square, but it's also not. We're going to be making squares to create a larger area. So I'm going to start with a yarn. I'm just going to use Lily Sugar and Cream, okay? And it recommends a size H hook. If I don't like how big it looks, if I want it to be more, excuse me while I adjust the camera. If I want it to be more thick, so there's less area coming through, I can do that, but today I don't really care. I'm thinking I'm going to replace a small pillowcase that I don't really like. So the front of this is literally just squares, which is kind of nice. It doesn't take too much. And then the back, what ends up happening is after we sew all the squares together, we can make it into just a double crochet with maybe like a button band type thing. And then you just sew them all together, okay? Kind of like what we did last semester for our crochet pillowcase, where we just went back and forth. This one's pretty simple too. So we're gonna start. So the front is literally just these squares. So I'm gonna start by chaining. Let's start. I'm going without you, not even explaining. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna make a slip knot, okay? And then I'm gonna chain 6. And the squares are so easy, they're only 2 rows. 3, 4, 5, 6, okay? And then I'm going to slip into the first stitch. The neighbor's dog is barking. Okay. So I've slipped into that stitch to form a ring, okay? Now I'm going to chain 4. All right, and then I'm going to do 4 double crochets, okay? And then I'm going to chain 1. So 1 double crochet, 2 double crochets. It's not a cluster. 3 double crochets. And now I'm on my 4th double crochet. Okay, so I'm going to chain 1, and that'll be my corner. So then I'm going to do 4 more double crochets. She's really having trouble with her dog. Okay, so that's 4. Then I chain 1. See how it's kind of making a square? So I'm going to do 4 more double crochets. And if you don't like how big the hole is in the center, I find it okay. You can always chain 4 instead of the 6. Oop, I split. Gotta go back. I split that stitch. Three and 4. Okay, and then chain 1. We're almost around. I picked a yarn that you guys can all find at the store pretty easily. Be sure to use your coupon. I used mine. So it actually, I got the super size, so it ended up being 50% off. Pretty nice. All right. So then I slip stitch into that. Oop, my gosh. All right, so there's my square. I gotta do one more row. Okay, ready for row 2? We're going to chain 3, okay, and then we're going to, in this space, we're going to do 2 double crochets, okay, chain 1, and then 2 double crochets. And if you want the holes to be a lot smaller, pick a thinner yarn and a smaller hook, okay? But for now, we've got this big hole, which is fine. And then we're going to miss this one, and then we'll go into this right here. So we're going to do 3 double crochets. So 1, 2, 3, all right, and now here's my chain space again. So I'm going to do what I did in the corner one more time. So I'm going to 2 double crochets, chain 1. Oh, I didn't do the 2. Okay, so I did 1. And then a chain, and then 2 double crochets. Okay? So this square motif is what we'll be doing across the front. So let's just continue. I'm going to skip this first one here and then go into this next one, and we have to do 3 double crochets. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and then we got to go into this chain space and do 2 double crochets. Oop. So I did a chain 1, and now I'm doing 2 more double crochets. So that's 1, 2. Okay, skip the one right here, do 3 double crochets. So it should make sense. Okay, I did 3, so now I go into the chain space right here. Okay, there's that. We're almost there. We just need to do our last 3 double crochets. So you skip that stitch right there, and this is the next one. 1, 2, and 3. And then close the gap. Like that. Okay, and that's our squares that we're going to be using. So then I'm going to help you figure out how to measure those squares out so we can have our pillowcase. Okay, so now I'm going to cut this. I'll just give myself some string. I might need it. Okay, so that's fastened off. And there's the front. This is the back. The bumps are always the back. Okay, so let's measure this little square. So we need to measure it to see how many will fit the front. It's a little bit under 3. So like 2 3/4, almost 3. And then it's about 3 as well on this side. If they stretch out, I'm just going to say they're 3 because generally pillowcases stretch. So 3 by 3. That's easy. That's a nice easy way to measure into that. So I used an H hook with the Lily sugar and cream. I've got this pillowcase that I don't love. So if I measure across with my measuring tape, sorry I can't get to, I've got about an 18-inch pillow here, okay? And it should be the same when I turn it, but we'll see. So I'd say, roughly my pillow is like 18, okay? 18 by 18. I'd say it's not that much bigger on either side. It's roughly a square. I know you can't really see it. Here's my pillow. Okay, 18 by 18. That makes it kind of easy because 3 goes into 18 6 times. So I'll have to make 6 squares, okay, to get across. And 6 tall and 6 wide. All right? Right? If you think about it, 3 times 6 is 18. So that means it's roughly that. So that'll work. So for that, you don't need to worry about really connecting these, okay? you just make, what is 6 by 6? That's 36. You're going to make 36 squares. That makes sense. It makes sense because each one, if you've got 6 going this way and 6 going that way, you have to fill it in. So 36. You should need 36 squares. So that's how you calculate that. When you're done with that, you'll sew them together. Okay? I am taking this from a book. So what will end up happening, it's like this. Okay? You can do it with the same types of colors, but I'm doing them in pinks. An orange maybe. And then when you turn it around, you'll do double crochets on the other side. So what we'll do is we'll just attach it. Okay? Since it's a square pillow, we'll attach it from one side, and then you do the button band. And a button band is just single crochets across with a hole, okay, and two singles on top, or well, you chain 2 here, and you do that, and then on top would be 2 single crochets, okay. I could really keep going over it with you, but it's pretty simplistic. You just keep making these squares, and these squares are the front. The single crochets will be the back, okay? I don't really think this needs too much explanation. It's a granny square pillow, basically. And it will look cute. It just takes a lot. So I'm going to have to make 35 more squares, okay? And I don't have the time to do that before I release this video. So what I'll do is in the future, I'll release the video and, in the future, I'll show you the completed pillowcase. But for now, I'll provide you the instructions, okay? All right. So, also, what would happen if your squares don't meet up? So let's say I had 20 inches of a pillowcase instead. So you join these all together, and then you just go around the edge with single crochets, okay? Until you reach your 20. All right? Okay. Well, that's not too bad. Okay, guys, that's a wrap on week 9. Thank you for coming with me. I know it's been kind of short, but what can I say? This one's really not that difficult. So next time you'll join me with the knit version of this pillowcase. It's not going to be squares, but it'll be something equally easy. So I hope you enjoyed what we tried today. And granny squares sure are fun. They can be used and made into a lot of versatile projects. So pot holders, blankets, you know, you can do pretty much anything with it, and people love it. It's becoming more and more popular. All right. I can't wait to see you when I'm done with this crochet pillowcase.